Hi, I'm Caroline Labor, money mindset expert and CPA. Today, we're going to talk about how to start fixing your money mindset with simple daily rituals. So let's get into it. So let's start with your money mindset. If you've never heard of this term, your money mindset is all about your relationship with money and the energy that you carry around money. So to show you what I mean by this, let me give you an example. So if I'm sitting in a room full of people and I start talking about debt, I'm going to get very different reactions from the people in that room. So there'll be some people who feel really positive and quite proud of the fact that they're debt-free and they pay all of their credit cards off in full. And then you'll have, other people who maybe have their head down, like their posture's a bit low, and they're feeling quite ashamed of the fact that they have debt and it's a secret they don't want anybody to know about. So it's the same word, but it can get very different reactions from people. And this is what I mean by money energy. So, money ultimately is a form of energy. It's a medium of exchange, and we project our personal habits, beliefs, and experiences onto money to create either good or bad results in our lives. So having a really powerful and strong money mindset is especially important for business owners, so entrepreneurs who are trying to hit an income goal. So, if you've been struggling with your business and not getting to the goals that you want, and especially if, you've been doing lots of courses, so you're focusing really heavily on strategy, you've got great plans in place, but for some reason you find that you can't execute on those plans, or you're inconsistent with your actions, or, you just keep stumbling over the same things, then what I'd suggest is that you actually take a breather, pause on, fighting so hard to execute those strategies, and actually take a moment to work on your money mindset. So what do I mean by this, and how can you actually do that? So in very simple terms, developing a great money mindset means being able to change your money energy so that you have positive and abundant thoughts around money and around, your ability to make that revenue that you're going after. Now, the thing is, when it comes to money, there is no distinction really between our personal lives and our business lives. So, your relationship with money tends to be the same across both of those areas. So if you have, a lot of personal debt, for example, or if you find yourself running out of money month in, month out in your personal life, then chances are you're going to take that exact same money energy and carry it into your business, except it might show up differently. So, you might overspend in your business. You might keep spending money on courses that you never start or never complete. You might also just find that you continue to struggle to hit a revenue goal. So you keep setting the same target for yourself, but you never quite get there. And if you're wondering why that is, it's not because you're no good at business and you're not cut out for it. It's because you're carrying negative money energy that just needs to be changed so that you can start to see, more productive results in your business life as well as your personal life. So, one of the ways that you can start to change your money mindset is to, first of all, understand that it's there and understand that you have a relationship with different types of money. So, you have expenses, you have income, you have savings, you have debt, and you have income goals as well. And your ability to excel in all of these areas is going to develop over time, but if you've got one area that you particularly struggle with, and a big one is usually debt, then this is the area that I encourage you to really work on first and to start to change your energy around that. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, it's really hard. Like if you're in debt, if you were able to get out of debt and pay off all those credit cards, then all your problems would be solved. And that may seem like the solution on the surface, but having been in a lot of debt myself and going through the process of getting out of it, I can tell you firsthand that the real secret to getting out of debt and actually staying out of debt, so you don't just want to pay off a credit card balance and then go ahead and top it up again and get back into debt. The key to staying out of debt is to change your money energy around debt and to stop that process of self-loathing and, really being hard on yourself and feeling that heavy sense of shame around being in debt. So if you can learn to master that energy and to actually feel, good about money, even though you've got this big debt balance, then that is going to be the key to actually then executing on the strategies that will get you out of debt. And so what I want to share with you now is 2 simple habits of mine, 2 daily rituals that you can use to start changing your money mindset right away. Now, both of these are things that I include in my daily morning routine. So if you don't have a morning routine, now is a great time to get one. So especially for business owners, this is a really good way to start off your day like in a really productive frame of mind, and it also gets you to develop the habit of like being organized and going through and doing this and repeating it. You're going to find that it gives you a lot of discipline in your business as well. So the first ritual that I want to share with you is learning how to really purge your negative money energy. So if you want to shift your money mindset, you've got to learn how to clear any baggage that you might be carrying around money. Now, if you're wondering where this baggage might come from, what happens is with our money mindset, before the age of 5 or 6, our minds are like sponges. We absorb everything that's going on around us. So if you grew up in a middle-class family or even in poverty, then whether you realize it or not, you would have observed and absorbed many things around money. Even if you didn't understand the concepts at the time, if you heard your parents, for example, maybe arguing about money, maybe feeling panicked about money, you'd be surprised at how much you would have picked up even at that young age. Starting to understand that maybe money runs out all the time. Maybe it's really hard to make money and, you can't leave lights on or heaters on because that costs money. Not to ask for too many things because there's not enough money to go around. So, I'm not suggesting by any means that we should be wasteful. What I'm saying is that if you did grow up in that environment where money was scarce, then as a child, you would have absorbed a lot of things that would have shaped your own money energy, that if you haven't learned how to work with that and clear it, then you would still carry that energy today. And that's what would be influencing, your ability to make the kind of money that you want in your business. So there could be a money block there that, you need to learn to clear. And so one thing that you can start to do is to, physically start to shift that money out of your body, basically. So it's a bit like, when I mentioned the example of debt. So when I talk to some people about debt and, I ask them if they've had a reaction to that discussion, a lot of people will feel that in their stomach. So some people will feel physically sick in the stomach. Others will sort of have this, sinking feeling. And by the way, I can get exactly the same reaction if I ask somebody about savings and, they have absolutely no savings. So again, people can feel really embarrassed. But the thing to remember here is that energy didn't just come up because you have no savings or because you have debt. It's actually energy that's been lying around from the time that you were a child, and that energy needs an outlet. And so it has found a way to get you to spend everything or, to keep you in debt because you know that energy so well that you need to find a way to operate with that energy. And so what I want to show you to do now is how to start to purge that energy out of your body. And I'm going to show you a technique that I use quite a lot, and that technique is called tapping, or the emotional freedom technique, which we shorten to EFT. And so there's different points that you can tap on, and these are known as acupressure points. And what they do is it's almost like linking into your nervous system, where you hold a lot of this money energy. And so when you tap and you say certain words, you're going to feel a physical shift in your body. And over time, that's going to start to change your thoughts around money and then also your beliefs. So it might sound a little bit woo-woo, and that's okay. That was my reaction the first time I heard about it. You've actually just got to try it to see the effect of tapping. So what I'm going to show you is a couple of simple points. So the first one being what we call your karate chop point. So it's literally this bit here of your hand where, if you were going to give someone a karate chop, it would be that bit there. And you can use either hand, whichever one works for you. And then I usually take a couple of fingers on the opposite hand, and then what you want to do is just tap gently on that karate chop point. And you can do it on both hands. And the other point that I'll show you as well is your collarbone point. So this is sort of just the bit here, so under your collarbone where it sort of dips in a little bit, you can tap on that as well, and you can probably feel a bit of a sensation. You can feel that it's kind of triggering something. So either of those points is fine. Collarbone point is probably one of my favorites, but yeah, if you're trying to do this and you want to be subtle about it as well, it is really quite easy to, you know, tap on your hands without people seeing as well if you're wanting to do something like this in public. So you can choose either of those points or both of them. And what you want to do is simply just express any negative thoughts or beliefs that you have around money. So if you haven't been hitting your revenue goal, you might say something like, I am so sick of not hitting my goals. Why can't I make $10,000 in my business? I'm a smart, educated person. I just don't get why I keep failing at this. It is so frustrating and I am so sick of this. I just can't understand why I can't get there. I've done so many courses and I'm so fed up. I wish there was a different way. And then take a deep breath and just breathe that out. Now, even though you've been saying those negative words, and I know that, you know, a lot of personal development books tell you to only focus on the positive and don't go near the negative stuff, I assure you that because you're using tapping and you're actually engaging those acupressure points, you are not embedding those negative thoughts even more. Actually, what you're doing is you're neutralizing them. So it's a way of almost your mind, so whatever it is that you're feeling and saying, that is coming to terms with the energy in your body. And by tapping on these points, you actually start to release that. And you'll find that if you keep repeating that, so at first you might just feel like, okay, I'm still tense, do it a few more times. So keep venting a few more times and you'll just start to feel calm. And eventually you'll feel like you just feel neutral about it. So the situation hasn't changed, but your energy has been neutralized. And then when you get to that point, what I want you to do is say something empowering, like, okay, cool, that feels really good. I'm super excited about what might be next. Maybe there's a different way. Maybe I should go back and finish some of those courses that I started. Or maybe I just need to be a bit more consistent every day. Maybe I've been slacking off, a bit more than I should because I've been disheartened. And I'm not going to beat myself up for that. It's the past and I'm ready to move forward. So I'm really excited about breaking new ground this week and I'm really going to back myself. Okay, and again, take a deep breath and just allow those positive words and positive thoughts to sink in as well and let that become your positive money energy. So that's a really simple example, but if you do this for a few minutes every day, you'll be amazed at how more productive your day is because you shift into that more empowering energy every day. And the second quick tip that I'm going to share with you, which is also part of my morning mindset routine, is that I have a daily gratitude ritual, and it is as simple as giving thanks for 5 things that you're grateful for. So I like to type these into a document every day, but you can write it in a journal. You can say it if you like. I do prefer to write it or type it in some form. But all you do is start with the words, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and list 5 things that you're grateful for. And if you're feeling maybe in a way ungrateful because things aren't going well for you, then start with really simple stuff like, I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful that I live in an awesome country where I'm able to, build my business. I'm grateful that I have friends and family who love me. I'm grateful for the really relaxing weekend that I had. I'm grateful for the holiday that I'm going on in a few months, or whatever it is for you. Just start with some of the basics, and again, embed this as a daily ritual, and that is going to start to shift your money energy, because that energy of gratitude is also how you want to feel about your money. Even if technically your money situation isn't where you'd like it to be, by changing your energy first, you are going to learn to bring about a more powerful money mindset. And that is going to show up in the form of amazing results in your business. So give that a go, and I'd love to hear how you do with that. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked today's video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and leave any questions, comments or video ideas in the comments below. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. Also, if you're interested in my free money mindset training, click on the link in the first comment below and it'll take you to a page where you can enter your name and email so I can send it straight to you. See you next time.